Stephen Hunter was in the fan zone at North Sydney last night. We'll talk to him about that shortly. However, Greg Marto Martin joins us. Marto, thank you. To quote Neil Finn, the dream is, well, kind of quote, the dream is over. The Matildas are gone.
The journey is finished. What a journey it was. There's little 12-year-old girls here in Australia stuffing their pink Sam Kerr boots in the bin. Mary Fowler's black gloves, they all got a pair of them. It's gone. It's gone. There's just kids openly weeping on their way to school this morning. It was terrible.
In terms of sporting occasions, what it's done for Australia, we just keep getting told. I mean, the numbers are outrageous. The spectator viewing zones, the crowds that have come, the ratings and everything else. What do you make of it all?
I make of it that nerds of Australia finally watched a football game. That's what occurred here. Oh, look at that. They got no idea what they're talking about. Everyone became an expert over the last 2 weeks. What Australians love is a party, and that's all it was for the last few weeks, and it's all over. You can all go home and bugger off.
Australians also love winners. I mean, how much of that the team has kind of swept people along because they had progressed through this tournament?
There's been 3 players' houses burnt down. That's how serious we are. Mate, it's nonsense. Now, listen, bring it in tight. It's nonsense. Oh, this will help. You know, if the girls can see it, they can be it. No, it was just a celebration. Aussies love. In 1983, we won the America's Cup after 132 years. All right? Is everyone sailing? No. In 1999, we won the Rugby World Cup. Is everyone playing rugby? No. To Sydney Olympics. Oh, beach volleyball is going to go crazy. We won the gold medal. Is everyone playing beach volleyball? No. Everyone will forget about it. The only name anyone will remember in about 2 weeks' time is Sam Kerr. The end.
Greg Martin is with us. He's on the island, Triple M breakfast host. And they talk about men's stuff. Do you still do those silly giveaways where people come and do all kinds of weird stuff to get tickets for the Dolphins, or are the Dolphins not as popular now? Oh,
no,
okay.
We've dropped off. Same as women's soccer. If we're winning, if Australians are winning, right behind them. There's not a greater nation of bandwagon members. We'll jump on any winning bandwagon. But I'll tell you what, the speed bump that occurred last night, about 5 million Australians jumped off the bandwagon and said, when's the NRL Grand Final? So we just go back to watching our other sports. Whereas the Dolphins, and you know where they're rating.
Yeah, we're their official sponsor.
Yes, but right now I don't like to talk about the Dolphins so much because I'd be a loser if I did.
Is Payne Haas really popular in Brisbane amongst Bronco fans? Or he's just signed the biggest contract that the club's ever offered?
He's won 4 Best and Fairest awards in a row. He's just played 100 games. He's 23 years of age, and he's going to get paid $1.3 million minimum a year. Is he popular on game day? But you wouldn't know the background story. There's a few. His brother was arrested yesterday on...
look, he's only trucking $1 million of meth, mate. Come on. And his mother, of course, smashed a car into a couple of people and burnt them to death. I mean, come on, mate. Hey? You've got a couple of family members who are a couple of bit dodge.
But if you can do 18 hit-ups and 200 metres per game, who cares what your family's up to? Mate, I wouldn't say loved. He's appreciated to that degree. He had 16 clubs after him. So, yeah, good on him. A 23-year-old making $1.3 million a year. Yeah, it's relatable to the normal person who's just going to work and working 50 hours a day, 50 hours a week in the sun. Yeah, as long as he wins football games, see my comments about the bandwagon will be with him. But when they stop winning, not so popular.
So when you see and hear stories, like we just guffawed when we saw, just before he signed, there was a headline, Western Force. He's going to go.
Force.
I mean, for God's sake. When you see a story like that, after all the time you spend in the media, plus also playing at the highest level, what do you do when you see a story like that? I mean, it's obviously a complete and utter media beat-up. What do you say about it?
Well, I say that his player manager has been busy ringing all these clubs, getting Payne's available. But everyone knew Payne wasn't going to leave. He had to go and visit his mother in jail. She's in Brisbane, so he wasn't going any bloody where.
A couple of other topics before we let you go, mate. Owen Farrell, good old world rugby. See, look at the reaction from you.
Good old, how dare you, world rugby? When do you reckon it started? Well, it's probably started 100 years ago. But in the 2019 World Cup, player welfare is our number one concern. Handing out all those yellow and red cards and reinforcing over the last few years. Oh, no, but if it's the England captain, we'll downgrade it. What? They have no integrity whatsoever if they ever did have any. That is a disgrace. It just flies in the face of any logic and any concern that people think that England don't get special consideration. God, I hate it.
You just wonder, don't you? You know, and there was 3 Aussies who were on that panel. That.
I know. Sorry.
No. You know, and one of them had actually played a test match for the Wallabies. I looked him up. The other 2. One of them, some corporate law firm doing something. Well, how do you get on these judiciaries, mate? Because none of them have ever seemed to have played the game recently.
It's a good point. I don't know, but they'll always have a lawyer. Then they have 2 former players, and I know those 2 blokes, Johnny Langford and Crofty. Mate, they're normal humans. I don't know how it occurred. I can only believe, and I haven't spoken to them about it, but I can only believe that maybe they were swayed by something higher up. Are you allowed to make those allegations?
Yeah, I don't know. You've got to assume something because the actual video evidence is clear. And when they start doing the gobbledygook, the shifting dynamics of the...
God.
For God's sake, mate. He shouldered him in the face.
Everybody in the world realises, I see, you've got to bend your knees a little bit and drop your height, otherwise you'll get in trouble. Mate, this isn't the first time Farrell's done it either.
Right.
Like, he got 4 weeks suspension this year. Hold on, the bloke was sent on some diversion program to learn how to tackle again. Doesn't that mean he's a repeat offender, therefore you should throw the book at him?
That's it.
And even more so, well, you're talking to me today, the day after England knocked us out of the World Cup. Of course I hate Poms today.
Mm. Well, how about this, mate, to finish with? So the CEO of New Zealand Rugby on the weekend went on the breakdown program on Sky Sport and said the NPC's not fit for purpose. Now, if you are the Bunnings CEO, the major sponsor of this, how would you react to that? Hang on a second. Didn't we give you a whole lot of money and you are now telling us your product is rubbish? Can we have that money back?
What was this all about? I haven't heard. This hasn't become news in Australia. Yeah. Well, he's saying the NBC. NBC is the envy, well, certainly of Australians, because we go, wow, look what they've got and we've got nothing. We've got a bit of club footy going on. What does he want? What else does he want?
Well, the other great thing about it is he's such a politician, you know, and this is, you know, we're hanging out.
I know you like him.
Well, mate, I've got nothing against him as a person. I just think he's just hopelessly out of his depth with this job. You know, we used to have Steve Chu. You know, you like him or love him, but he got things done. Peter V'landys, another guy, like him or love him, he gets things done. Hamish McLennan, the RA chairman, again, a bozo most of the time, and he says a whole lot of stuff you roll your eyes at, but he gets things done, he makes progress. You know, we've got a guy that all he does is shuffle bits of paper from that bit to that government department, to the email tree. I've got another meeting and then we'll write a review and we'll reconvene tomorrow. You can't run the major national sporting organisation in New Zealand like this.
Anyone could run rugby in New Zealand. I could bloody run it. But all he seems to do is stuff things up.
Oh, no, he's acting like... I mean, this is, you know, like the NPC isn't getting crowds, you know, and this has been something that's been going on for 10 or 15 years. He's acting like, oh, my God, it's just happened today. What? There's no crowds coming, mate.
On his watch.
Sports administrators, Greg. I mean, really, mate.
Yep. Yeah, the gravy trophy, the World Cup, waving the flag.
Devlin.